Hari Om. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Namostute Vyasa Visala Buddhe Pullarabindaya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa. Om Dhyanamulam Gururmurti Pujamulam Guru Padam Mantramulam Gururvakyam Mokshamulam Guru Kripa. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langhayate girim Yat kripa tamaham bande Paramanandamadhavam. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Govardhan Dhari Giridhar Gopal ki jai. Gita Maharani ki jai. Hari Om. We are, before discussing Gita, we have to salute our Giridhar Gopal. Today is Govardhan Puja. Today is the day when Lord Krishna took off the Govardhan mountain in his one finger to protect all the Brajavasis who were living in Braj area. It was heavy rain for 7 days because Lord Krishna told everyone, we are cowherds, so we have to worship the forest and the mountains, not the Indra, the king of gods. What for? What does he do to us? So Indra was very much annoyed and he started showering rains for 7 days continuously, cats and dogs. And Lord Krishna, to protect all his followers, he took the mountain on his finger and everybody was called in and nothing, no harm could happen to them. So in the end, Indra comes and surrenders and knows he is not ordinary coward boy, he is the Almighty Lord. So he apologized and then he gave the name Govinda. Govinda. The literal meaning of Govind is one who knows and who enjoys the senses of all kinds, even the 5 tanmatras, they are also called senses. And all the 5 elements, basic elements, and all these 5 senses of knowledge. So all these together is known as senses. And one knows it, who knows it and controls it, keeps under his control and uses as per his will and enjoys the drama, he is called Govinda. So in that way, today is that way day, and of course Annakuta also. Annakuta, today is the day to make several kinds of dishes and offer it to Govardhan. And people thought, how can mountain eat all this? Lord himself took the form of the mountain and ate away all the foodstuffs. Everybody was wonderstruck. So in this way, Lord Krishna was enjoying today. This is the day. So salutations and prostration to that Almighty Lord who was kind enough to give us this essence of all the scriptures, not only Indian Vedas or Upanishads. This holds the essence of all the scriptures of all the religions of the whole world. It is the universal, essential laws of life to make a life happy, prosperous, and successful. So last time we are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter, the yoga of devotion, and we saw last time Samasatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh sitoshna sukha dukkheshu samaha sangha vivarjitah. We had seen a little of it. Before that, Lord is explaining these 5 stanzas are called Amritastakam. The nectarian eightfold stanzas. Yo na hrishyati na dveshti na sochati na kankshati subha subha parityagi bhakti manjaha same priya. Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna who is really dear to me and who comes to me, and the essence is a man of one-pointed mind, one-pointed devotion. Let it be by any practice, any path. If the pure heart, one-pointed mind is always fixed on me, he is my dear one. He comes to me. So he said, he who neither rejoices, nor hates, nor grieves, nor desires, renouncing good and evil, and who is full of devotion, is dear to me. Now he says, Samah satrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh sitoshna sukha dukkheshu samah sangha vivarjitah. He who is the same to foe and friend, and also in honor and dishonor, who is the same in cold and heat, and in pleasure and pain, who is free from attachment. Further he will say, such a person is dear to me. All these divine qualities denotes one-pointed devotion. Samah satrau cha mitre cha. He who is same to the foe and friend, how it is possible? Generally, in common parlance, in worldly parlance, we don't see such a person who will behave similarly to a friend and an enemy. This is not possible in a relative world. So it has to be beyond relativity. And what is relativity? The whole universe, whole creation is under the law of relativity. That is two. When two starts, then comparison, relationship, dependency, all these comparative degrees we see. So according to philosophy, there is no positive degree in relative world. All the words, all the adjectives, they are comparative degree only. No positive degree in philosophical grammar. Philosophy grammar is completely different from your ordinary literature grammar. All the words, all the nouns, they are plural, not singular in the relativity. No singular number you can find, because everyone holds many in it. If you see properly, one is a group of many. So no singular number you can find in a relative world. So philosophy grammar is completely different from your literature grammar. So samaha satraucha mitrecha, one who is equal to his friend and foe. That means he doesn't see any difference between the two. He has an equal vision. Before it, we have already seen Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Suni chaiva swapake cha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. The realized souls, the man of wisdom, real understanding, has equal vision. He sees one Lord abiding in every being. The essence of all these shastras, Eko Devo Sarvabhuteshu Gudha. One God abides secretly, hidingly in every heart, which is not visible to physical eyes. But he is present in every being. That's how he is all-pervading, omnipresent. And that is beyond relativity, beyond the horizon of events. So that person only who has this equal mind, equal vision, and one-pointed vision, one angle which holds 360 to the power infinity angles. From that angle one sees everything. At a time, here and now, everything together. Such a person can only behave equally to friend and foe. who is beyond all these relative creation. Relative creation. So that also denotes a mind with one-pointed devotion. Samaha satrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh, and who is also equal, has got no irritation, no restlessness of mind, by no way he is perturbed or disturbed in honor and dishonor. I gave the example of our Swami Sivanand Seva. Many times I give this example. Somebody was abusing him and he took it as a praise. He explained all the words. Ram Sarup, he is praising me and you are telling he is abusing me. Give some. Ram Sarup was ready to took him, the mad chap, took him to the police station. Swamiji said, no, he should be rewarded. He gave some plate full of fruits and sweets and 108 rupees and a pair of dhotis, cloths. He was so glad to have it. Oh, Chidananda, you are a good boy. Same person who was abusing, he turned in a moment. This is how sarva bhuta hite rataha. And equal-minded person, he takes honor and dishonor in same way. There is no honor and there is no dishonor. Once, another story of Gurudev Swami Sivanand Seva. He had a program of All India tour, and when he reached with all his assistants in long ago, in early 40s perhaps, 1940s. So when he reached Ambala, a small town in Punjab, he was welcomed by so many persons, a great crowd, so much, thousands and thousands of people, and so much garlands. 2-3 persons were sweating, removing the garlands for hours. And of course then meeting started and Gurudev gave an enchanting, encouraging lectures. Everybody was elevated. And after that, when he comes to his resting place, everything was silent now, midnight. And our Swamiji, who was looking after Gurudev's all comforts and arrangements, he was very much particular Gurudev should not suffer in any way. Wherever Gurudev stays, he will have a small hole somewhere to see what Gurudev is doing, whether he is in trouble or not. So he was observing what Gurudev is doing. Gurudev closed the doors and took a broomstick and beating himself and dancing. Nobody was there. So next day morning, when Gurudev was okay after breakfast, etc., our Swamiji, the caretaker, he politely went to Swamiji and asked Gurudev, I have a doubt, can you clear it? Yes, yes, Paramananji, what do you want? Swamiji, last night I saw something. Is it true? What did you see? Dream? No, Swamiji, it was real. What did you see? I saw Gurudev was beating himself with a broomstick and dancing. Is it right? Gurudev smiled. Yes, yes, it is right. Gurudev, I could not understand the drama. What does it mean? So Gurudev explained to Paramahansanji, the caretaker, you see, Paramanand, when this body was overloaded with the garlands, the mind was enjoying. I asked the same mind at midnight, now enjoy. When you get broomsticks, then also you should enjoy. You should have equal vision, equal feeling. And of course, to test my mind, I was doing that. So this is how these great people behave. They have equal vision to all the situations, conditions, time, place, everything. So such a person is dear to the Lord. One-pointed devotion. Mana apamanayoho samaha. Equal in honor and dishonor. Sitoshna sukha dukhesu. And in pleasure and pain, cold and heat. So cold and heat, it is the question of dissimilarity in, for this one sense, that is touch, skin, but it is not you. Senses are just some mediums, some informative process. And what is there to be glad or to be sorry? So a man of equal mind, he doesn't care for cold and heat, pleasure and pain. He bears titiksha. Titiksha, he bears everything. All the dissimilarities to the different senses, he doesn't care for. He takes everything similarly. And his mind is never disturbed by the disturbance in the senses. Such a person with one-pointed devotion is dear to the Lord. These are all the divine qualities what a devotee always possesses. Without any effort, it is but natural for him. Samah sangha vivarjitah, free from attachment. Attachment is due to repeated association of the senses with their sense objects. Repeatedly, when we see something, hear something, or touch something, we generate some attachment for it. Even the lies, if repeated again and again, that appears to be truth. In this way, repetition goes to solidify itself and becomes perfect in positive and negative both ways. anything is repeated, it takes a gross form. We have seen the children, they write A, and once writing they will not remember it. So they will go on writing by chalk or by pencil or by slate and pencil. Somehow they will go on repeating in the same lines again and again, and then that becomes so gross, so thick. So repetition grossifies anything, and it solidifies, and it becomes true. Means it takes a form. So repetition is the basic principle of japa also. Japa, meditation, your daily practice, everything. Slowly it becomes instinctive. The senses are used to it without any order. They go on doing the needful. So repeated pronunciations or seeing or reading or writing, it leads you to perfection. Repetition is our life. Everything we repeat. A child, see, it cannot walk all of a sudden in the beginning. It repeats again and again to walk, falls down, gets up again it falls down, have injuries, doesn't care for it, again it repeats the same thing. One day he is awarded the first prize in a 100-meter running race. Huh? कौन था हमारा रनिंग रेस वाला? पंजाबी मिल्खा भाग मिल्खा भाग भाग मिल्खा भाग मिल्खा वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकर from Punjab. Many times he failed, but he didn't give up the practice. And time came when he became the world record breaker of all the records. One day success is waiting to crown your head. So repetition, and that is how we create our habit. Our personalities are made up of some process. The process is repetition. How? A thought, if repeats again and again, that becomes your speech. Then only you speak the same thought you express in your speech. And then, if the speech is repeated again and again, that comes to your action. What do you think? Am I lesser than you? Come on. Then it takes the form of action. Then they start fighting. First verbal fight and then physical fight. That takes the form of action. When the actions are repeated again and again, see the wrestlers, see the musicians, every day it is said, vinabhyase visambidya. Any art, if you don't repeat it again and again, it becomes poisonous. You forget it. So repetition is a must. Repeated actions becomes your habit. Repeated habits becomes your characteristic. and your characteristic is the cause for your fate. Repeated characters creates your fate, your luck. You are the luck maker, nut breaker. Your fate is in your hand. As you think, so you become. That's how the saying goes. As you think, so you become. So fast the thought, when it repeats continuously for a long term, again and again, that becomes your fate. Think as you like to be. That is the formula. That's how we are the cause for our bad luck or good luck. We go on claiming on others. Because of him, I am now rich man. He helped me. It is not so. Because of he cheated me and now I am a beggar. That's wrong. That's how the attachment starts. Our understanding is always, it is topsy-turvy. Something we understand but is not the reality. We don't go to the depth of the meaning, and we take something superficially as the truth, and we go on with it. That's how we create our attachment for everything. Whatever comes to you, it is yours now. You dominate over it. Dominating, what does it mean? What is there in your hand, Mataji? Recorder, what is that? That is, no, yes? Yes, let me see it.
It is a dictionary.
Dictionary?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Most wonderful. Ah, dictionary, oh. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, I should have one like this. Slowly, it should belong to me. What does it mean? Can I eat it and become one with it? No. Just to have it and like to use it as I like, my liking and disliking, that makes the difference. Let it be to anybody. Let it belong to you. What does it matter to me? I can use it as I like if I ask you politely. No, it should belong to me. This is our desire, likings, and thereby we start attachment for it. Oh, how beautiful. Repetition. And then desire to have it. That is useless. Actually, if you analytically understand it, possessing means nothing happens. It is not yours. If whatever belongs to you, it will be yours. Whatever doesn't belong to you, keep it as long as in your heart, it will get away. Jatad asmadiyam natad paresham, jatad paresham natad asmadiyam. There is a saying, what belongs to me, that cannot belong to others. Whatever belongs to others cannot become mine. That is the natural law. So why are you desiring for something? Whatever really belongs to you, whatever you really need, nature supplies it. And nature has provided you everything you need. What else you need? This is only accumulating nature and your habit, accumulating something uselessly and overpowering it, dominating over it, and having attachment, worries to protect it. And when it is away from you, you are so miserable. We cannot even condemn us. We cannot laugh at us. So miserable our condition is. Without thinking anything, we go on doing all these. Hopeless. So a man of understanding will not have attachment for anything, and he will not have any desire for anything. That desires appear when you feel something lacking in you, incompleteness, inferiority complex. I am something lacking, I must fulfill it. Then the desire is generated and we go on fulfilling the desires for the whole life. There is no end to it. This is our life, pitiable. A man of wisdom will never do like this, never think like this, never feel like this. He is always fullness, completeness is possible when you are one only. When you are two, you are dependent. You lack something, then desires are bound to be there. So absolute oneness means completeness, perfection, and that is a rare need for a true devotee. One-pointed devotion should have this divine quality, having no attachment for anything, no desires for anything, always one-pointed devotion on the Supreme Lord. So in this way, all these divine qualities are to be in the person who will be dear to the Lord. Such a person is dear to the Lord. Then he goes for some other qualities also. Tulya ninda stutir mauni. We have already seen also manapamanayo. Sama manapamanayo, one who is equal in honor and dishonor. Same thing in different terms. Tulya ninda stutir. Ninda having dishonored by somebody, having abuses, condemnment, or somebody looks you down, disrespecting you. Ninda, stuti, praising you. Somebody praises you, and there is a saying in Sanskrit, in the rules of conduct, good conduct, one who praises you at your face, don't believe such persons. They oil you to fulfill some purpose. So don't believe them. That doesn't mean to disbelieve them. To be indifferent towards such persons. Vishakumbha payo mukham. क्या रहे वो श्लोका भजे तादृशं बंधुम विषकुंभ पयोमुखम प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनम परोक्षे कार्यहंतारम वर्जयेत तादृशं बंधुम विषकुंभ पयोमुखम. Filling with poison in the whole pot and putting little nectar above it. Such a person, one who praises you at your face and does all the opposite to you behind you. Such friends should be kept away. They are not to be relied upon. So, to be indifferent towards such persons is the best policy. And a person who is equal, he to whom censure and praise are equal, he doesn't feel embarrassed or he doesn't feel elevated by censure or praise. He has equal mind. Mauni, always silent. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Maunam sarvartha sadhakam. When you keep quiet, it means everything. If you say yes, that is yes. If you say no, that is no. But if you keep quiet, it is yes and no both. As anybody thinks, so he will take it for himself. So to be silent works in every respect. To be silent is the best policy. And besides this, there is another rule also. When you are asked something and you know, whatever you know by your senses, you cannot hide it. You have to express it. As you have experienced, that your experience should be expressed as it is, not modifying or alternating. So in that way, also the another rule goes by side with it. You have to keep maunam, and that also means you have to talk as much as you require, not more than that. Once I heard some cases in some judge court. I had a lawyer, advocate, and of course I explained everything clearly without hiding anything. So he understood the case, and I told him how to argue. And in the court, when I was before the judge asked me something. I was explaining, but the lawyer was standing at my side. He is dragging me from the back. Don't talk so much. Talk just to the point. If you talk more, it will create further complications. Just answer to the point. One word to the answer, not a sentence. Yes or no. That's all. If you talk much, it will create problems. You should learn how to talk before a judge. So that was that I remember still now. I will not forget. Talk that much as much as you need to be talked, to be expressed. So that is called indifference, not talking too much. That is also a kind of maunam, silence. You have to express when you are asked to express. You cannot hide. That is also offense. That is not according to the rules. So in that way, one should be mauni also, silent always. And santushtaha, that is of course a great quality which holds all the qualities within it. Santushtaha, contented, content with anything. Anything comes to you, be contented, be satisfied with that. Don't expect, don't desire for. Be contented whatever you have. Don't accumulate. Aparigraha, not accumulating unnecessary things that increases your restlessness of mind. You have to think for them. You have to take care of them. All these worries, anxieties, busyness, so don't accumulate what you really need not. Whatever the bare needs for the body, you can have it. I told you the principle of great Gorakhnath, the immortal being, is yet present here and everywhere. The great immortal being, Gorakhnath, he advises his followers who follow the great teacher. Wherever he goes, a group of disciples follow them. Then he says, Aaj khaye kal ko rakhe, Gorakhnath paas na rakhe. One who eats today and preserves for tomorrow, such a person is not allowed in my group. Now is the time. Now is your life. Now is the time for thinking of Lord. That tomorrow will never come. Don't rely upon that uncertain future. Don't accumulate for tomorrow. That is really non-accumulating or to be carefree. So this is how the great people behave. And santushta, so they are satisfied with whatever they have. There was another Swamiji here in Uttarkasi, great Swamiji, carefree man. He lived with me in my small hut long before, in early 1960s. When I came here first, I had a small hut, 6 feet by 8 feet room, 6 feet by 8 feet room. That was my everything. My beautiful, sweet abode. So he also came once. He wanted to stay there for some time, so I left the kutia for him and I lived somewhere else. He lived for 10-12 days in Navaratri time. Abhayanand Swamiji, the great disciple of our Devagiri Swamiji. Devagiri Swamiji also is a great, great person, childlike. And this Abhayanand Swamiji also is a childlike, mad-like something. You cannot judge what he is, how he behaves, how he speaks. So he used to have some followers also. People will, the bees will ring round the flower, bloomed flower, the black bees, the honey bees, to collect the honey. It cannot be left alone. Such a person, how can people leave him? So many followers used to follow him. So he was a wanderer. He will be roaming from place to place, wherever he likes. Sometimes his liking is not conditioned. हाँ बच्चों, कहाँ जाना है? गुरुजी यहाँ तो 2-3 दिन हो गया, चलो यहाँ से चलेंगे. We have stayed here for 2-3 days. Let us go somewhere else. Okay. How much money you have? Guruji, this much. So purchase ticket in the bus for everyone. To what? Which spot? Where to go? Wherever you can. As much distance we can cover by this money. They will purchase ticket with that whole amount for those group. Wherever it goes, and they go there. Ticket is over, so they have to get down there. And Guruji, where to go? Let us go to that plant, a tree. They will go there and sit there. Such a wanderer. It is not a story. It is a real incident. I have seen it. And they will, all the disciples, they will go for alms. They will bring something. Then the villagers will know, oh, a group of Mahatmas have come. They will come and they will they will treat them nicely. For 2-3 days they will enjoy there, doing satsang and doing kirtan, japa, everything, and people will be coming, they will hold satsang, everything. And then, after 2-3 days, Guruji, we have to quit. Yes, we have to go. He will go with the group somewhere, aimless wanderer, and whatever comes by the way, they enjoy it. No expectation, no plan, no project, nothing. And the bliss of it, one who has lead such a life, he only can realize what a pleasure. Yes, Guruji. I had also been in this way for a pretty long time, for 2-3 years. Depending on God, nobody knows what happens in the next moment. For days I have to go without food. I was enjoying it. And sometimes some fruits from the jungle, some leaves. Once I was so hungry, I had to eat some leaves from the roadside. That was so tasty, so palatable. Ah, after 2-3 days hunger, whatever comes, and nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. At the roadside, go on sleeping. The sky is the roof. The stars are the friends. Depending on God's will every moment, how much you think of God. Nobody, your relation, who is waiting for you to welcome you. Everybody is your friends. Beautiful life, depending on nothing, relying upon God, living at present, accepting whatever you comes by the way, what a life. Not thinking of money, you get tremendous willpower. Tremendous willpower. Whatever you think, by chance, it has to occur. It has to come. That strong willpower you get because you think for nothing. So whatever you think, that has to manifest then and there. Nature has to provide it. So this way, a person is contented at present. Whatever comes to the devotee, he never desires for anything. He never rejects anything. Ever contented. Santosh amrita tiptanam jat sukham santa chetasam abhito brahma nirvano samam samadhigacchati. That person who is ever contented is one with the Absolute. Contentment is the result of your one-pointed devotion only, who never desires for anything, never feels incompleteness within, ever complete, ever satisfied. And that is in other way, from other angle of vision. When you are satisfied with your existence, you know you exist. And you are aware of your existence. That is called knowledge. That is the real knowledge. You know your existence cannot be absent. You are ever existing. You are aware of it. And that awareness gives you some satisfaction, contentment, that is called bliss. The absolute bliss, that is the aspect of, or that is the definition of, or that is the term expressed by many as bliss, absolute bliss, contentment, which needs nothing else to support it. It is self-supported, self-dependent, ever-existing. That is the highest divine quality one can have. And for such a person, nature is his servant. Nature has to fulfill all the needs of his body and his demands. Nothing is unsupplied to his body. The nature takes care of his body. That is how he never goes against nature, and he achieves the highest contentment. That is a divine quality, which is one-pointed devotion only, nothing else. Yena kena chid, whatever he, anything comes by the way, unasked. Our great saint Kabir Das says, बिना मांगे सो दूध बराबर, छीन मांग लिया सो पानी, छीन लिया सो खून बराबर, कहता कबीर वाणी. He says, whatever you get without asking, that is just like milk, the nectar. Accept it. Whatever you beg and get, that is just like water. Of course, it can quench your thirst, but it is just like water. For a moment, it can appease your thirst. And when you snatch away something, it is just like blood. You drink blood of anybody. Bina mange so dudh barabar, milk, it is milk. What do you want to drink? Milk, water, or blood? Without asking, it is milk. Asking, if you get, it is water. If you snatch away from others, that is blood. So, enjoy whatever you like. So contentment, man of contentment will never ask anything. He needs nothing in this world. Whatever he gets, he is contented with it. Aniketaha, who has no abode. Aniketaha, homeless wanderer, aimless wanderer. Home has an attachment, home sweet home. It is very difficult to forget your home. Till the life, end of life, one cannot forget the sweet home. It is very hard to forget it. It has its attachment within your heart. But one who has no house, no abode, homeless wanderer, he easily can forget everything. Past is past forever. Future is never seen. Present is the life. Such a wanderer who has got no home to be attached with. Sthiramatir bhaktiman me priyo nara sthiramati. Sthiramati, steady-minded. That is the final end. One-pointed, devoted mind. Bhaktiman, full of devotion. That man is dear to me. We shall see it further, little more in elaborate way. Everything we shall see clearly tomorrow. For 2 days is much. And this is the end of 8th stanza. All these qualities one should have. Such a devoted person is dear to me, O Arjuna. It is neither yoga nor it is knowledge or it is karma yoga or raj yoga. Nothing I prefer better or lesser. I need all these qualities in a devotee who is dear to me. So tomorrow we shall see further. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Hari Om.